I'm about ready. I'm about ready. Are you ready? Is you ready? Is you ready? Whoa, that boy got the going fast on me. Is you ready? Is you ready? Is you ready? Is you ready? Peace. I want to start off by saying love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and my 2 cents. You already know. Health and much wealth, divine creed and nationality, and all that good stuff. But I got time today, man. I'm still on vacation. Back in my home city of Flint, Michigan. It's Burberry out at the mug today. It's been snowing, but drying up. But back in sunny AZ, it's like 100 degrees. But I just like to jump on here today and give some gratitude and talk a little current events. You know, it's always good to be back home, you know, and people that know your name. But it'd be funny when you come home and people haven't seen you for a while, and they be like, "Great," they're like, "But I see you on the internet like I'm famous or something." I'm like, "Man, I ain't famous." They're like, "You on the internet, this, that, and the other." And I'll be telling a lot of my nobles, like especially when I come home, and our coat, our member coats is like a Batman signal. So everywhere I go, I see brothers that's Muslims or Moors, and we have conversations. Man, like I done got 30 numbers in the last 2 days. And everybody keep asking me, what's up with the Moorish Science Temple of America in Flint, Michigan? And I tell everybody, I'm always going to be transparent. I say, it's a shit show. Like I said, I tell people, look, I don't care. You got to have the right type. Yes, it's a bad type and it's a good type. You got the good side of people, astrological signs. Some people represent the bad side. But when they say, well, why you don't take over the Moorish Science Temple of America? Because I have the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school, to where it's a group of brothers that know who they are, that want to learn the right way. When I tell people, I don't engulf myself in trash. And I'm not saying the science is not trash. No disrespect, I'm saying a lot of the people are trash. And it's just what it is when you have something good and the people ego have it in shambles. Like here it is, the Moorish Science Temple of America is on Martin Luther King Avenue. I tell everybody, out of the sound of my voice, look it up and try to call his phone number. The number is disconnected, been disconnected forever. You can't even catch when they have classes or nothing. And that's where I say a lot of stuff in shambles, and a lot of them brothers are just people out of prison or a whole bunch of ex-military sovereign citizen Negroes that's poor, and I always talk about trying to overthrow the government. And it ain't no disrespect. They all look like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. It's no disrespect. They talk all this stupid stuff. Well, the white man this and the white man that. And I say, well, what school your kids go to? Public school. Where your wife stay? Where your wife work? Everything is a government, and you are here acting a damn fool while your wife on welfare. Like that shit is stupid as hell. And why your kids go to public school? Your kids don't go to no Moorish school. You ain't Jewish, your kids don't go to no Jewish schools, so you go to public schools. Like this stuff is stupid. And then I be asking people what school your kids go to. And then I ask them what mosque they go to, none. And so their children go to church with their wives. So it's all cap. It be straight up cap. And these people don't even understand real spirituality, because they think Islam and Christianity is something separate. And that's the problem with lower self and the misunderstanding and the lack of study, and with the wrong imam or with the wrong teacher does to a group of people that look alike. I know families, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters that can't agree because family, the dad or the mom think they know something more than the son, and they don't. And wherever they got it from, the person that had miseducated them. And here is my dad, an educator, scholar, elder. My mom, educator, scholar, and elder, and I'm their teacher. And my mother and father have doctorals in divinity. I'm their teacher, I'm their sheik. I'm not finna be listening to no jackleg that just blowing a whole bunch of smoke. That's why I fulfill my duties. My mother and my father is proud of my works. I fulfill my duties. Everything else is just icing on the cake. And I've been telling people this for a long time, especially misnomer black people. Europeans respect wisdom and brotherhood. And that's why when I be telling my brothers and sisters, I'm gonna be gone in a minute. I do a lot of stuff, charity. They like them. Man, when I go places and sell my books, they like, what you asking for, sir, is nothing. And this when I be telling black folks this, when I be like, listen, we think we doing some major and we not. When I go around these Europeans, well, that's why they have big synagogues and they own schools and they daycares. Why? Because if they believe in their spirituality and their spiritual head is an educator, a spiritual leader, all that, they support it and say they don't complain. I'm telling you, when you look at the Jehovah's Witnesses, you don't see them complaining. When you look at the European Jews, they ain't complaining. Only people that complain is black people, black Hebrew Israelites, black Muslims, black Christians, because black has no standing in law. And they don't teach you about the power of a dollar, and they don't teach you about taxing them status. They don't teach us that. And so we are individual. We'll never have a community. Most black people would never, ever, ever go to the community like my Amish homeboys have. That'll never happen. Negroes would never get that because they want a mortgage, they want a house. And then they're going to lose it all and give it back. We want jewelry and cars that don't mean nothing, but then talk about you want your own land. Talk about you want to support something and give all our money to Uncle Sam. And the only thing that we own is our community and our neighborhood and our spiritual houses. And it still fall on deaf ears. And we be talking about generational wealth and teach our children. You can't teach your children nothing. Why? Because they go to public schools. It's nothing it's no history that your kid is going to learn at a public school. It's no finance that your kid is going to learn at public school. It's no agriculture that your kids are going to learn at public school. These are big facts. And then when Trump in all curriculum, then what? When these people be talking about homeschooling, y'all going to wish y'all supported your brother. When y'all see me teaching other nationalities. Why? Because they understand what I'm doing. They understand that I'm tax exempt for the federal government. When I talk about our brothers and sisters diverting money to support us instead of giving it all to Uncle Sam, it falls on deaf ears. And I've been saying this stuff for years and years, even with my brotherhood. Sometimes they fall on deaf ears. But when I teach this stuff to other nationalities, they're like, we get it, we support you. Why are you still telling this stuff to misnomer black people and Moors? These people working, doing all this, and they still don't support you the right way? That's the problem with black people. They be wanting a solution, and when you give the solution, they still complain, and they still march, and they still be on welfare. I can't do nothing with that. I don't care if you call yourself Moor, Christian, Muslim, Mason, it don't matter. We don't get the right people in positions, especially in politics, locally. When I say you got to do everything local, stop having it a popularity contest and get the right individual in there. Like, I just use myself. I've been homeschooled. My dad been in politics. My dad been an executive director over Genesee County. My mom being a boss, a consultant, making lots of money, dealing with lots of people. My mother owned businesses in the neighborhood. My mother had daycares. So I've been homeschooled with politics as well. And I'm academically trained. What else would you want but that? I done had basketball camps. Like I tell people, we can do anything together. You got to be okay doing it yourself one time. You got to be okay with doing it yourself the first time without donations and all that. For people can see the skills that you have. Once you do this and you put these on, you might only get donations from those individual kids' parents. That's okay. We sponsor it. You put it on and have it as grand or as small as you want it. Then, once you put some on, watch what you see. Just like when I do things, they say, well, who supported you, Who paid for this? Me and the people that I solicit. I have my big soccer camp. Ask my parents. You can go on my YouTube page and see it. I did a soccer camp at the West Valley Health Summit with one of the young men I mentored. I adopted the whole family. We had a big soccer camp for 3 days. We put it all together. I solicited Goodwill, other places for monetary and tangible donations. I got them. That's how I was able to get tickets for the Phoenix Suns games. And I'm telling people, this stuff fall on deaf ears, the community work, and how we end up being situated to where we'll be able to make a living off our ministry. And it fall on deaf ears with brothers and sisters. It fall on deaf ears, and I'm seeing this. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I ain't even been home a month yet. I'm seeing European organizations. I'm going back to Howell today. I'm going back to Howell, Michigan. Where? To my alumni. They said, why are you going all the way out there where it's old people that don't look like you? Because that's who asked me to come lecture. That's who getting all my books. Why if I got a product and I say I'm a holy man, why would I go to a people that don't look for it or need it, and then they say they looking for it, but then don't want to support it, but then when I deal with other nationalities, they not only looking for it, they support it, and I'm alumni. Why would I go to my people and be begging them to support them and have 100 of my books laid out on the table, and people say, oh, $40 too much, and then you see them at the dispensary spending $200 and then asking me for something free? I tell people you can get my ebook for hell, $15. But when I deal with the Europeans and different nationalities, they don't even want my ebook. They be wanting my book hard copy. They be wanting me to sign it. They want it in their hand. They be like, $40 ain't nothing, sir. And I'll be like, that's what I be trying to say. Negroes smoke that shit up and eat that up. But then say they want wisdom and things, and I have a product for you, and we don't support it. What else can I do? It ain't nothing else. It ain't nothing else I can do. It's nothing else I can do. You know, I just see the difference when everybody talk about the white man this. Man, the white man don't have no fucking power. The Albion, the Trailerdyke, whatever you want to call it, has no power. Never had no power. The only power they got was from you. And it's from gatekeepers. And that's why I said we'll never have nothing, because we don't support none of the real. We support all the stupid stuff on the internet, all these people that's trying to separate us. We this, we all of that. And if you deal with ancient names, and if you understand law and civics and amendments, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. You know, but our people lost due to a lack of knowledge. Men be following me like freaking groupies. I have men following me forever, and I ask men, what are you on my page for? To do what? To do what? What are we here for? Because when I'm gone, all they're gonna do is be on the next person page. Everybody was following that conscious community bullshit. And now you got a group of mental retarded old folks out here acting like they some sovereign citizens, or they got some special law that can help you not pay these bills or beat this ticket. That's what's going on with a whole bunch of old retarded fools. They just jump all over the place looking for something. They ain't lower than nothing. That's why it's no brotherhood. And that's why I say, man, what true God man want to be engulfed with a whole bunch of criminals that think they know more than this individual that's been through the fire, that's educated, that's anointed, that's part of a brotherhood, that's 99 degrees, but a jackleg that just go to work every day and watch a whole bunch of fucking YouTube videos, start asking me a whole bunch of stupid ass questions. Like, that's asinine. Or try to insult, but don't know that you're giving a person so many props when a person say, well, this brother, who we think he is, Dr. York, John Henry Clark, Ivor Van Sertima, and my professor jumped in their stupid ass inbox like, yeah, retardo. Oh, so those are all scholars that's gone and educators, and you say this man reminds you of all them, you sound like a fool. You sound like a fool. And then when you talk about Dr. York, even though a lot of the stuff that he did, absolute power corrupts absolutely, I know the average Negro don't even know the whole case when they say he did this and did that. But I look at all cases and I don't pick no sides. If you recant your recant, then it's some shit that's somebody lying. Just like a lot of his documents about the Anunnaki in Russia, they still hold his science of the Anunnaki high. Because I tell y'all, the Anunnaki ain't no goddamn aliens like Zachariah Stitch and lying ass said. Them European lower level Masons, if they was in the flesh, they'd have to be quiet because I'm 99 degrees. The Anunnaki is the Iberian, and I already showed it a plethora of times. From the whole attire. When you get the lexicon, you look at the Anunnaki, it's the same attire. You see the fez, you see the tarbouche, you see everything. You see the garb, you see the beard, you see the sandals, you see the scimitar or a sheep dagger. It's the whole thing. But we don't know because my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge. You know, and we got a whole bunch of idiots that's out here playing Monopoly, trying to teach scholarship and history and tell people that they ain't Americans. And that's some stupid shit. And that's why we don't have nothing, man. I tell people, the reason why we don't have nothing, because we don't defend the Constitution. We think we're not in the Constitution. And I'll be telling these retardo fardos, we in the Constitution, smart guy. Well, our prophet said we got to know what? Our prophet didn't say none of that stupid shit. We are the Constitution. We are Americans. You just don't know the 13th and the 14th and the 15th Amendment. You just don't know manumissions. You just don't study real history, and you don't know. And you don't know, and you assume. The average Negro assumes. Or they arbitrarily explain things. And that's what I get with a lot of people. Oh, he think he this. Fool, pull up a lot of C. Freeman L's lectures and see, is he clearing up the biblical scriptures the same way I do? Is he clearing up the Islamic scriptures like I do? Because I know the average Negro don't know the language. They don't have the ancient language. They don't have the ancient tablets, the Syriac tablets to clear everything up. They don't even, it's a lot of stuff that I have that most people don't have. Like I be trying to, I try to enlighten people and share things with people. Like a lot of documents I have, the average person don't have them. When I talk about Eber Malin the Magi and those ancient documents, a lot of books that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. When I talk about the Gnostic wisdom, stuff that was before the Bible, and everybody think this God is the only one, I say, dude, you ain't read the Bible. Clearly you don't understand history. It's so much that go together with the Gnostic wisdom when they try to say it's this and that. But when I give you names like Abraxas, you know what I mean? You know, God higher than the Christian God and the devil that combine all opposites into one being. You know, we talk about the male and the female. When y'all think that Baphomet is something scary and it's written Kabbalistically, Tip, Hobes, Abs, Abba, I already done broke that down. I already done broke down your hippocampus. I already showed you the Gnostic wisdom where you can see, where people always try to give credit to this one little theory, but it's meaningless. And they try to say the ones that just believe in one craft and you're not versed in all craft, that means you're not an adept. That means you're not a sheik. That means you're not under the triple rose. And you have to admit it. And if you're in more science, and if you're a sheik, you don't gravitate to one science where you miss the essence of the rest. If you don't know that, then you're not a map and a guide. You're just a religious person. That's all. And ain't no wrong with it. When I talk about the Abraxas, the amulets and charms, when I start talking about power and magic, that's not no scary magic, but magic that's been there forever. That's in your Bible that you just don't know how to read. When I show you words have synonyms. When I deal with the Basilean system. All these books, I shared a document with my muftis yesterday in our text stream. When I go to these ancient libraries, it's libraries in Detroit that most people don't know about. It's libraries in Harvard. I told y'all, I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society in Los Angeles. I have things that the average Negro is not gonna have. And when I say things and when I share things, especially to my muftis in the text stream, and they don't jump on it, they don't be like, well, she got, and ask no questions, that's why I said when I do this stuff with Europeans and they look that shit up and they be like, oh my God, I heard of this. And then they say, you have these documents? And then they be like, and this man know all this shit word for word? He had to have this for a long, long time. It had to be passed down to him because nobody's gonna know this and have that and be able to introduce it to his brothers and sisters like I do. When I talk about the holy book of the great invisible spirit, when I talk about the great magical papyri, when I show y'all my Abraxas stones, my amulets and my charms, the stuff that I don't even break out, that I do on my own. What do you say? Hold on, y'all. What do you say? Okay. You know? Or have y'all ever heard of the 7 sermons to the dead? I shared all this with my nobles in the text stream. I said, y'all need these because once I'm gone, I'm gone. And if I pass before any of y'all and y'all don't have access to this adapt wisdom, this Gnostic wisdom that you need to be able to circumscribe the world and put all these so-called people that in their higher places that don't have no power over you, they'll be quiet because what I have is what they under. I'm trying to tell y'all big facts. And what I have is worth millions and millions of dollars. It's worth more than diamonds and gold. I'm telling you what I know. When I break down the 7 sermons to the dead, when I tell you it's a God higher than a so-called Christian God and the devil that combine all opposites into one being, I'm giving you Gnostic wisdom. When I talk about the history of Gnosticism, the proto-Gnostics, the Gnostic texts, when I tell you the Basileis, the Valentinus, Serenatus, the Simon Magnus, the Philo, the Syrian Egyptic Gnostics, the Codex Tacticus, the Nag Hammadiya Library. And I'm just naming a tittle And on the document that I share with my muftis in the text stream, this is all Gnostic wisdom. I tell y'all, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I've been told y'all I'm a ghost buster a long time ago. A 32 or 33 degree Mason, that ain't nothing but snowman wisdom. That's in meteorology when water freeze. Told y'all we ain't afraid of no ghosts. These misnomer black people ain't nothing but snowmen. With no science, no wisdom. All of their feds with all the writing on it, their skirt, that just let them do business with the gods. Negroes making YouTube videos, talk about, this and that is something scary. You ain't never been in a Masonic house. You lying about what the checkerboard mean and all that. You just making stuff up as you go because your whole perspective is a European or a Negro-centric perspective, and you off. All that shit that you see on the internet about masonry is all lies. All of it. Every last part of it. Any Negro that's on there talking about masonry or some TikTok shit talking about masonry, that shit ain't real. They ain't never been in no Masonic house. Not once. And a regular Negro is not no Mason. A regular Negro is not a part of no Illuminati. I'm telling you big facts. I'm telling you big facts. If you think they are, they not. I got all their charters. None of these people that you see is no Illuminati. Not one of them. Nobody on no internet. It's all fake. Even them Negroes that be acting like they getting out of jail with some secret law they got. It's fake. I bet you they won't come on my page. I'll start calling their names out. I told y'all, a lot of them just got skinny, but most of them just got fat. You know, one just right now acting like he just got out of jail for something, and I just got out of jail using this. Dude, you lying. You a lie, ain't no truth in you. I know who you are. That's why they be all in fearful. And I said, dude, you lying. Promoting some lying ass world passport. Why would you get a world passport instead of getting a regular passport? That shit is what Mos Def got caught up in the continent of Africa with. But you want to do some stuff that's going to bring harm to you. That's asinine. But that's what we deal with. We deal with a whole bunch of old criminals to try to get you caught up in a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme. But instead of supporting a real organization, a real community that's doing something, that own land, that's building, that have literature, that can do everything that it says, we don't support it. And we support the stupid stuff. Like people be sending me videos like, Sheik, you right. The one brother, Umar Johnson, done raised $4 million today. He still ain't opening school, and people love him still. People be supporting him. Somebody said he came to your city of Flint, and this is what they said. They was like, here it is. And if I pull up the email, then I have to get off live. But I'll paraphrase. A friend of mine was like, Sheik, I know that them Negroes in Flint didn't pay to have Umar Johnson come speak. And I said, did they? They showed me. He was down at Churchill's where I be at, because I know a lot of the bartenders at Churchill's. And I go down there and, offer my books. I was down there the other day, But anyway, they was like, brother, they were like, Dr. Umar was down here last year, and he had a lecture in Flint talking a whole bunch of black stuff. And he was like, I wish you was here. Because he was like, and people paid to hear that man talk, and he left. They're like, he don't give away stuff like you do. He don't talk to the kids. He don't have backpacks. He don't do nothing. They said the Negro come to the city, Negroes pay for it, and he gone. I said, that's Negro. That's an entertainer. I'm from the city. And she was like, people don't pay you to come back and give you donation to come back to the city and lecture and speak like these so-called podcasters do that don't even do no work, that's been proven frauds. I said, hey, that's what people do. They always want to complain, but they support criminals. And I say, it's cool, but I get love from my alumni. I get love from the regular people I meet, and I do real work. I do real work. Like real work. Like I'm ministering at a church this Sunday. It's not a black church. That's why I don't go live. Because I'm like, I don't need to show nobody that. Like, I don't care. I go live on my own time. I used to go live when I used to be at Grand Canyon University, when I used to do lectures in the doctoral library. I used to always put my phone out and stuff to record it. I said, for what? The people know what I'm doing. The students know what I'm doing. The lives that I change know what I'm doing. I don't got to be recording everything. And sometimes I'm always by myself, so I can't just boom, put the camera and turn it towards me. I just do real work. Somebody was like, we need to get you to go viral, man, because she was talking about all these Charleston Whites, all these people that just be talking. She was like, you need to shut their ass down. She was like, I heard a video of that man talking about telling everybody they need to organize like a militia. And she was like, he gonna get all of misnomer black people head bust wide open. And I said, yep. I said, you lying, you can't be no militia. That's some bullshit. These people don't know law. They'll read some stuff in another jurisdiction and try to bring it here like they smart and get people head bust. And get people head bust wide open. Listen to charlatans that ain't doing that shit. But just because they got a lot of followers on social media, you think they telling you some truth and you won't even research the bullshit. Just like people be acting like they done went to court and done won some, like these goofy ass sovereign citizen, Roger Elvick, paradigm criminal Negroes be acting like they done went to court and won some shit. Your lying ass ain't won nothing. It ain't no precedent in law cases, doc number, Free Information Act, that a sovereign citizen won a damn thing. And if you get on here lying with all them stupid ass codes, I'm gonna start saying all y'all names. I'm gonna start saying all y'all names, and I'm gonna start saying when you caught your case, and I'm gonna start telling who all the federal informants that's getting paid right now on payroll to set y'all up on the internet in RICO laws. Let one of them niggas get on here. Let one of them get on here. I'm gonna start saying their name and how they federal informants, and that's their job. And they get people caught up like that in RICO on the internet. I'll be waiting for them. A lot of them gonna slip out the back door. Like all those Moors that got caught up on the edge of the highway. I told y'all 2 of them was federal informants. This shit is Free Information Act. That's why I be laughing. And people come to me now today like, Sheik, everything you be saying is 100% right. I know. I've been telling y'all. And it still ain't over. I tell any grown retardo fardo, when you get on the internet and say anything criminal or try to get people in criminal stuff, what is that? It's there. But your stupid ass use the internet and convict yourself. This shit be too easy. And then they be having YouTube videos. And they use that. What they call it is PFI. They pending further investigation. They're gonna use all that. You might have been doing this shit for years. You might be doing this shit for years, but right now, they got an internet task force watching all of it. It's a dude that make YouTube videos. I can't say his first name because everybody will know. Just say his last name is Bay. A person can put it together. I don't give a damn. And see, they don't know that I've been around so long when the nigga used to went on Amazon and bought a fake doctoral graduation cap, and he used to go around with all the designer shit, and his clothes used to match his cars and shit. And just because he was living in Airbnbs and around all those fancy cars, this dude used to act like he having some classes to show you how to not pay this and not pay that. And he's still doing it now. And he's still doing it now. And he's still doing it now. And when you listen to the people, let me see. And when you listening to what the brother's saying now, you'll be like, he's saying the same shit that he was saying years ago, and somebody jumped in my inbox. They was like, Sheik, would you jump in this dude's inbox? I said, hell no. I said, I've been warning y'all forever. I don't have to say specific names. All you gotta do is find it. You'll be like, wow, all these damn codes these motherfuckers be breaking down and using you as a crash dummy, they ain't doing it. I'm telling you. And the dude was so crazy. I saw it, I said, man, that's a doctoral hat. And they were like, what you mean, Sheik? I said, that what he had on his head that he went and bought off Amazon is a doctoral graduation cap. That's what that is. I said, now go ask the brother dude where he got his doctoral from. Somebody said, so said, do you got a doctorate degree? He was like, well, why do you say that? He's like, isn't that a doctoral graduation cap you got on his head? He was like, LOL. He said, no, it's a Moorish hat. You a lie, nigga. Of course we know it's a Moorish hat. We understand about the hex alpha. We understand about the circle and the square. But you know damn well you false flagging. Because if you ain't graduated on a doctoral cap, why you ain't wearing the fez? Because when they wear the fez, it's gonna associate them. That's why them Negroes, them Frosts don't wear the fez like me and my muftis in regular life. Because we honorable. We ain't worried about that. That ain't us. I got a track record. They could pull me over like that Sheik Goodman Bay, whoever the part of BBT. No, he righteous. Why? They pull up my videos. I told y'all, it's prisoners in Prison and Thumb Correctional Facility, prisons in Texas. The wards let them watch my videos. How I know? Because I've gotten calls before. That's why. That's why. That's why I be telling people. That's why I be waiting for somebody to get on here with that stupid shit. I'll break your whole case down. Your ass only been to court for some traffic ticket shit. That's how I know about all that fake ass Consulate General of Morocco criminal shit. Why they sitting in jail with court appointed attorneys and they gonna get everybody locked up. Them niggas have some fake ass court in the basement, smell like mothballs, and with them ride of the Moors, you in the basement with some Negro in Minnesota. I mean, where was they at? No, in Maryland, talk about they the Moorish consulate. And you telling the whole case. And all the police doing, the prosecutor attorneys doing is watching your YouTube shit. And all they gonna do is play the tape. That's all I do. Put the tape in. You done told on yourself. You done the whole job. You said it was a setup. You told everything. Your lying ass said you was making $250,000 a year driving trucks. So if you making $250,000 driving trucks, what made you get with a bum that don't have 75 cents that had to call and put collection together? The Moors, let's hope this brother get out of jail. And these people act like they got something so heavy, and you got to do a collection for a bond of $1,000. Man, I'll piss $1,000 off. That's how you telling you that's shit bum shit. I spent $1,000 with my muftis. Hell, we just had a big dinner, our 5th annual Moorish Ball. Shit, our bill was shit, damn near that. Hell, what the hell these bums talking about? Shit. I told y'all, this is a joke. And y'all be thinking this something serious. These is older people with mental issues, ADHD, and they playing a Halloween. They playing dress up. And they getting badges made with 8822 number on it like that means something. Like they some officials. That shit don't mean nothing. And then you see they get their head bust by the policy officers and where they at? In jail right now. The Moorish consulate, them Negroes be in jail. And then these old Negroes talk about they the president of Morocco. Like who voted you as the president of Morocco? Like any grown person should have been like, this shit is stupid. And then these old men playing games with these old stupid ass podcasters and shit, joking around, playing, rapping and shit. And the dude wrote a book and got all this copy and paste in there shit like it means something. And I showed y'all. I said, ain't nobody no president of no fucking Morocco. Sitting their ass in somebody's basement with a whole bunch of Noble Drew Ali and Morocco flags. That shit don't mean poo dilly. The nigga got his ass locked up in Arizona. I'll be waiting for him to come on my page with that shit. I was sitting right there with my feds on. I'll be waiting for him to come on here and say something because they know what the hell I'm talking about. They looked up, that brother in the feds right there because the damn lawyer, the prosecutor, was my professor at GCU. That's how I know all this shit. I'll be waiting for them lying ass Moors to be saying something. You lying. You lying, and ain't no truth in you. All that bullshit they be talking about, overthrowing the government, is European sovereign citizen shit. Roger Elvick bullshit. That's what that is. And they all be in jail right next to each other. Even these goofy ass Negroes that's making these videos, the big fat light skinned dude now, he just used to be skinny. He used to be in Vegas, because my brother stay in Vegas. I popped up in Vegas all the time. Oh, brother, can we talk to you off camera? No, liar. Say all that shit around me right now that you was saying on the internet about how you can help somebody. About how you can cancel corporate debt and all that fake ass shit. That shit fake. But who only fall to that? Poor black people. Poor black people fall for all the stupid shit. I've been telling y'all. And this shit fall on deaf ears with people. And I tell my brothers and sisters, if you're dealing with somebody that's introduced to something, that got connections from other places, and they send you things that say, you don't got to read it right then. You might pick it up for inspiration, and you might share it with your child, and they can have it, but we be missing it. That's all I be saying. Like, here it is. In my travels, when I have a selected group that's sitting next to me. I call them my Jacobites. If my Jacobites don't respond to things I put out in days, I stop doing it. I even stop asking my brothers and sisters to donate for literature and things, to just support the ministry with what you can, with what we ask for, and I give it all away. But when I go to these different nationalities and the stuff that I be sharing with my muftis, like that wisdom that I put in the text stream, and nobody said a goddamn thing, nobody even take the chance to look at it, I say when I'm gone, you ain't gonna have it. Somebody gonna come with that trickery or act like they know a little bit more than you because you weren't in tune with it, and your sheik was giving you things to sit them all down. I'm giving everybody stuff to sit everything down. No matter what dojo you go to, you would be considered what? A master teacher. This is what I be trying to show my brothers and sisters. I'm giving you the ESO, the EXO. I'm giving you the Gnostic. I'm giving you every fucking thing, all the language, and it fall on deaf ears. It's worth more than the marijuana we smoke. It's worth more than the tea we smoke. Why? Because when you get in the right circles, it's worth more than diamonds and fucking gold. That's why I keep telling these people, especially my people. I got something that's worth more in diamonds and gold. How can I have something and I'd be willing to give it to y'all for fucking pennies or $5 or $10 and I'd be out in the real world, in academia, in metaphysics world, when I lecture in college and stuff, and they pay hundreds of dollars for the shit. And I come back to y'all and I say, they have groups studying this shit. They have groups chanting this shit. Just like when I was telling y'all about the Acacia, and Noah was like, that's the name he want to name his daughter he was thinking about. But what about the science in it? We can name our children off things, but do we pick up the wisdom in it? Because the name of our child is supposed to exhume the wisdom that they have. Are we putting wisdom in our kids, or are we just naming them after certain things? We just naming them. We ain't equipping them with a goddamn thing. Here it is, I'm a master teacher and I'm a sensei, and y'all know that I'm 99 degrees, ancient rite of Memphis and Mizraim, and y'all know I have things that the world don't have. You know this. I don't care if you're an Islamic scholar, a Christian scholar, a goddamn atheist, Egyptologist. I have everything that can circumscribe the world, and you fucking know this. And it still fall on deaf ears because we cheap as hell. I'm keeping 100. I came to Arizona. I came to Michigan. I told my empress, I said, I'm not going to bring no cash. She was like, babe, you better bring some cash with you. I said, no, I'm just going to bring my debit card, my credit card, because I know when I come home, when I go lecture, and I got all my books as ebooks, I know when I go places, I'm going to make money. I'm going to do things. I already made a nice chunk of change to where I filled 100 backpacks up. Pencils and pens, gave them away. The shit fall on deaf ears. And that's what I tell people, what's important to you. Because I always talk about ciphering your money to places where it make a difference. And I know I'm doing a solid, especially for people that look like me and others, because they like, how do you introduce from this? One European I was lecturing at, when I was at Cleary the other day, he was like, my dad a Freemason. And he was writing a lot of stuff down. And and he said, can I record you? And I said, yes. And he had his dad on there. And he was like, my dad want to meet with you, if that's okay. And I said, well, I'll be back at Cleary, Thursday. I'll be there from like 5 to 7, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, my dad coming, and he's very intrigued. I break down the Quran. I said, well, all KKKs under the Quran. Broke down their whole science. I say, they under my science. I'm 99 degrees. I'm not black. I keep telling people. I said, listen, I'm getting ready to be gone in a minute. It's a lot of shit happening. I've been telling my brothers and sisters, I said, I ain't gonna have to do this in a minute. Why? Because I done put real work out. And I'm alumni, a part of real organizations. I'm alumni 2 universities. I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society. And I'm dealing with people that say, hey man, we can just put you here, but you gotta be okay teaching people that don't look like you all the time. And I'm not comfortable with that yet. Me and my mother and dad, we just had a big family meeting about that yesterday. I'm just not comfortable with me being the only melanated brother right there, and I'm teaching all these people, kids, and I'm coming to their synagogue, and I'm teaching them, and I'm giving them all the wisdom, and I'm sharing my whole library with them, but they paying me for it. I told y'all, one of my professor's son, he was like, you remind us of Angelo Solomon. And I knew it, the first Moorish Mason, and I knew it. And I know where they be going, but it fall on deaf ears with our brothers and sisters, because men be following me forever. Just like I tell y'all, my muftis, I said, anybody jump on my page, look at them, and I'll show you how long they've been following me. I can show you, men been following me for 5, 7, 8 years, and them Negroes don't say nothing. And I tell my muftis, will y'all jump on my page, write their names down, so we can block them. Because most men be here for no reason. They lotterers. We don't need no lotterers around. They can go to any other podcast or any YouTube channel that they want before me, because that's all they do anyway, and that's what they support. I tell my muftis, I know a lot of brothers smoke more weed than they support their own brother. And I said, that's stupid. It ain't nothing wrong with smoking, but when you smoke your marijuana, what you studying, what you reading? Are you making more money than what you made last year? Are you using all your abilities, or are you just working like a stupid-ass dog? Every year you switching jobs, because that's all I see a lot of Negroes do. Jumping job to job for some pennies, but you ain't into your science. I say, what do you do in 24 hours? Go to work and then come home and do what? How much more money do you have? Do you got your own shit? Like I said, if I was a single man, I have my own shit. Brand new motherfucking car, dope ass apartment, all that. Why? Because I'm single. And it's 24 hours in a day. I don't have no motherfucking kids. You don't have no wife. Not saying that that's a hindrance, because it's not. But as a single man, I got everything. What the fuck I'm talking about? Why? It's just me. What? Struggling? How am I struggling? I work 2 goddamn jobs, and I got to hustle. How can I struggle? And my mind right, and I got a good sheet. So I'm not giving all my money to Uncle Sam. I'm supporting my brother. But no, Negroes want a tax return. And I say, how much money you gave Uncle Sam all year? Negroes will never have no infrastructure. If you want literature and books and all that I have right now, you have to go to Amazon and pay it. I ask everybody that's dealing with me, all my muftis, do an average of all the literature I gave you, and look at how cheap you got it from me, and then go on Amazon and see how much you have to pay for all the shit that you got from me. Over 100,000. I know this for a fact, because 5 books that I could pull up right now and give would be, damn near 100 grand. I can pull up 5 books right now that my muftis have, and at least 5 bands. The average Negro don't know because they're not going to spend that much money on that wisdom. These is facts. I got one book right now, 20,000. I share it all the time. My Muftis don't have it yet because I got one book right now worth 20 bands. Right now on Amazon. I'll show you Amazon. You'll be like, it's unavailable. Then I'll show you on all these other platforms. That shit, 20 bands. It might be on Amazon now. 20 grand. I got it. I just broke down, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces of Gnostic wisdom that I put in the text stream that I know the average nigga ain't never heard about. And professors, if they know I have all this, they'll be seeking me out like they doing in the religious study department. I told y'all Oxford, Howard, Cambridge, and a lot of those so-called European universities, they all have Gnostic libraries in the basement. I got access to all of them. When I was getting my dual master's degree at GCU, I never used their libraries because they whack. I'm connected to Oxford and Harvard. And so when I was doing a lot of my papers, you could ask my mom and my wife. A lot of professors was like, he's got to be a part of some secret society because this information is not available to the average student. None of the stuff, I know. So in order to have high wisdom, you have to be initiated. You have to be anointed. I haven't taken no oath. I'm initiated. I keep telling people, do you see me with a fez with some Masonic writing on it? Do you see me with some Masonic skirt on that say, I can't only teach this and don't say this? I told you. I'm a sheik. I'm 99 degrees. I'm Melchizedek. I'm a rabbi. I'm a shaman. I ain't took no oath, but I'm initiated. I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society. I'm educated. I have a dual bachelor's degree and a dual master's degree. I ran nonprofit organizations. I've been in the churches. I've been through the fire. My mother and father are professionals, doctor in divinity. What else do you want? And I'm a good businessman. I have a whole library with over 1 million books and documents. That's why I said it's just hard dealing with misnomer black people, especially Moors. And even my Christian people and my Islamic people, because they think it's two different sciences. And when I deal with my European people, they say, stop dealing with them stupid niggas. I hate saying that. They're like, I only get stupid responses from black people. I don't get that from European Jews or the Protestants because I'm Melchizedek and I'm not black. They'll say, I like your religious headdress. They don't ask me about no Muslim or I'm this or that because they know I'm not. Because they know my energy. Most people say, are you a shaman or a medicine man? Yes. Or Melchizedek. Because they know the headdress don't have to mean no religion. That man is a Tasawwuf or a Sufi. And a follower of Yahshua wore a turban with the jewel on it. The Levites wore the bonnet. If you have the lexicon, the Hebrew lexicon, the tunic, cotton or silk with the embroidery, with the fringes, that's all your culture with the sash, but you ain't reading the lexicon. That's why I be telling people, and I provide all that shit in-house. How can I have I come home and all like the white boxes of kufis, my muftis know, I come home every year when I come, I have 2 boxes of kufis and they buy the kufis for me for $10. I'm talking about just one. And they like, well, brother, we like to support what you're doing. We ain't going to Amazon buying it. They say, yeah, we can get it cheaper. They say they don't want it cheaper. They say, we know you. And anytime we can call you, you come to our mosque and you teach. You come to our temple and teach because there's one in the neighborhood. And I go, I do the Islamic call of prayer. I study the Quran. I study the Bukhari Hadith. I go over language with them. And I be resurrecting my melanated brothers to get out of that Al-Islam pale face shit and stop painting your beard red. And I show them the Africanness of this Islam that we under. I show them who Krita Matua is. I show them who Sheikh Bamboo Falls is. And we Tasawwuf and we Sufis. This ain't no pale Islam I'm teaching. And the Islam I teach is not no outside religion. It's understanding that God and man is one. Because the closest place to find God is in your heart. And anything outside yourself is true shirk. And if I can talk like this to all my European colleagues that everybody else think heavy and professors, and then I can't teach it to my misnumbered black people, and I'm talking about you, that's why Europeans hold shit over your head. Because they take your identity, they take your headdress, and they rock it. And you think that it's theirs, and it's not yours. That's a fact. And it be on deaf ears with my people. And that's why I always say I'm going to be gone in a minute. Because here it is, I'm from Flint, Michigan. And they say, brother, people be seeing me in Howell. They're like, bro, somebody said they saw you in Howell, Michigan. Yeah. They're like, where you going? Clear University. They're like, you don't be lecturing at these black churches? I said, no, I don't. I said, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not. Farrakhan going to black churches and illuminate people, all these churches in the city. Why you think the kids ain't there? Because I ain't there. Because they don't see nobody like me that they can relate to, that can clear all this stupid stuff up. They don't see me. They see a fat preacher out of shape from down south talking a whole bunch of nothing. They don't see them active in the community. They don't see it. They don't see them as an authority figure saying, hey, we're going to get this shit right, showing them that it ain't nothing wrong with them, maximizing their ability, but get a creator of the time. I call it balance. That's why ain't nothing happening. And that's why I said sometimes you got to leave a group of people alone and move. And I tell my people, I've always been a builder and a destroyer. I never mind doing that. It's only going to be certain people that's going to go along with me. That's why I love building. Like a person be building and throwing dirt, and then they'll quit. And then the goal be right there. I don't quit. I might have to use a different tool, but I don't quit because I know how to use all the tools in my toolbox. You see, I'd rather be a jack of all trades than a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Y'all ain't hear me. You got to be, that's why I said I told my muftis, y'all got to imagine and say if all my muftis came to a lecture at the university where I'll be going over books and things, and I have all this adapt wisdom, this Gnostic wisdom, and after I lecture, all them students want all the books. And they don't be, someone put the money together that don't have it, but a lot of them, they'd buy them individually because I give them taxes and receipts. But they students, and they use it, and all my brothers supposed to be students. And I said, how are you a student? I said, what are you studying when you smoking? How much do you spend on marijuana? Which is nothing wrong with it. But what I have can change your life. And brothers don't know. You chasing money, you chasing a job, but you should chase the divine. Because once the divine right, once the mind right, then you can bring things to you. That's the law of attraction. But people don't get it. I said, you're not contemplating enough. You're not meditating enough. You're not praying. When I do the Islamic prayer, Allahu Akbar, God is the greatest. But then prayer is better than rest. You see, the call of prayer, the Islamic call of prayer is beautiful. Don't mean you know Arab. I can give it to you in English. I just said what? God is, Allah's the greatest. You know, the greatest planner. You know, prayer is better than sleep. There's no God but Allah. You know, when I say that, our leg, our head, the Son of Man, you and I. We're not talking about nothing outside. So when I call the Islamic call of prayer, that's a beautiful prayer. The Christians don't do it. They got them amazing grace. I ain't no ranch. That ain't me. Now the Lord's Prayer, want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven, I'm with that. But all those other slave songs, amazing grace, that ain't about me. Save a ranch like me. That ain't no motherfucking gospel song. That's some European Albion Trader-like song was singing on his deathbed on the boat after all the atrocities that they have done. But Negroes pick that slave shit up and sing it in the church, talk about this some the gospel, this some church, our history song. That ain't my history because I ain't no fucking slave and I ain't no ranch. My mom ain't no ranch. Ain't no ladies I know no ranch. They empresses and we nobles. Everybody singing that slave bullshit, putting all them negative spells on us. But that's what you do in church. With all them slave hymns. I ain't no slave. I ain't singing that bullshit. Amazing grace. You a ranch like me. Really? 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 And my people that I lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn and we promulgate that shit to our babies. We let our babies go to church with big mama and mama or auntie and them and your babies in there reciting that lower energy. So now they think they a goddamn slave or a wretch. Really? Really? Instead of them understanding the call of prayer and connecting themselves to God because they don't have nobody like me teaching them. And here it is, I'm teaching other people children. Here it is, I'm teaching people that don't even look like me. Here it is, they get all my books. Here it is, if I had a lot of these Europeans in the tech stream, like I'm getting ready to make a whole nother one, you know, with people that follow me and the college students, and I'm gonna start showing people the difference of what's going on instead of me just talking about it. Because I share the same thing with my muftis in the tech stream with a lot of the college people that I deal with because I'm alumni from GCU. And I told y'all, I put all these Adapt Wisdom books, these Gnostic Wisdom in the tech stream, and they bought them all. I ain't have to act, it was a lot of books, so I said, let's give me 20 for each one. Now, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. Watch this. 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 340, 340 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books. I don't ask my people to pay that much. I ask for a small donation. And then when the European jump on the internet talking that shit and try to reverse it on you, you be thinking it's heavy. But then somebody like me will come destroy all of it, be like, man, that Greek shit ain't nothing. Greeks ain't never wrote nothing. We know who wrote it. That comes from the Hebrew perspective, the Septuagint. But you don't know. You don't know. And people don't have the Basilidian system. They don't know the holy book of the great invisible spirit. They don't have the Greek magical papyri. They don't even know what the abrasaks mean. When we talk about the God higher than Christians. In the Bible, they said many gods. They talk about different gods. If this the most high and this high, and it's different gods, pantheons, all this stuff. You know, when I ask people these things, the history of Gnosticism, the proto-Gnostics, the Gnostic text, the Basilides, the Valentinas, the Serenitas, the Simon Magnus, the Philo, the Syrian Egyptic Gnostics, the Codex Ticoius, the Codextchaeos, the Nag Hammadi libraries, which is really the Egyptian text, and the Gnostic Gospels. All that right there. And when I broke all that down and I was showing a little bit of it, they stopped me right there and was like, do you know what you have? Yes. I shared the document with my mufti. First thing they said, do you know what you have? Duh. I got a whole bunch of ancient manuscripts. I tell people I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society. I tell people a lot of stuff was given to me. I'll be waiting for these lower level misnomer black nations that come on here with that garbage. And I say, man, go sit down. That's snowman wisdom. If the European is tell you that I'm the one, and I can show you videos of Europeans, of Scottish Rite Masons giving credit to Noble Drew Ali on his 135th birthday, that should tell you something, who I am. And I still ain't revealed a lot of the stuff that I have, that I know, to my muftis. My muftis probably still only got maybe 10% of me. I'm just being real because it's too much. I told y'all, in my academic endeavor, ask my empress, I stayed in a doctoral library. I used to be in a doctoral library for hours and hours and hours, taking manuscripts and converting them to PDFs and ebooks. I done so many lectures in academia. I done helped so many people graduate. This is why I be telling people, it fall on deaf ears, and people like myself, it's not popular in our community. Bums and charlatans and people that just run their mouth is popular. People like those that say they're gonna open up a school and make all this money, and then we can't say nothing about it. That's who these Negroes support. They support Negroes with a whole bunch of tattoos on their face. They support a whole bunch of, we the Black Wall Street. They support a person that got fictitious names, call themselves whatever keys, and just be talking, but really ain't doing no building. If you got money, and where's your infrastructure? How many kids you send back to school? These Negroes just be talking. And if you a fraud and came with a whole bunch of people to defraud your community with a whole bunch of misnomered black frauds in our community, you a fraud too. And now you just break off in splinter groups. And these are the people that be having thousands and millions of views. But these are the same people that were with the lying Billy Carson Negro. These Negroes, hey, and I'm interviewing one of the greatest thinkers in the world, Billy Carson, Harvard graduated, lie. And so you got somebody that don't do the fact checking, just like you bring me on your show. And you don't check me to make sure all my credentials is right. You ain't shit. You ain't do your due diligence. So say that's a damn infomercial. That man ain't graduated from no Harvard. I know the real Billy Carson. The real philanthropist, the real entrepreneur. And the fake Billy Carson got his ass handed to him by a lower level European using the Septuagint while he was trying to talk about the Anunnaki and a whole bunch of dumb shit. I told y'all, but that's what Negroes like. Those are the videos that y'all post. Y'all, because Negroes want to buy snake oil. After they talk all that shit, then what? They selling your goofy ass something. They selling you something. This magical pill, they be lying about their age. That's why I look this young. I'm damn near 80 and then, because I took this. You a lie. You a lie. You a lie. You a lie. I know cap. And ain't no sucker finna come around me. No sucker. And that's why our people lost. Because we listen and we be a part of so many different groups. This is another thing. Negroes be a part of so many different groups, and I say, how much money you making off that bullshit? None. So that means people using up your energy. Because if I'm a boss, I'm not going to waste my time. I don't need to be a part of nobody else. You better be a boss. You make motherfuckers get with you. But no, we enjoy other people, and we are part of something. I say, how much money is it making you? It ain't making you no more money. You need to leave that shit alone. I be telling people this shit all day, man. And it fall on deaf ears. It fall on deaf ears. I said, listen, when a person know you got something good, they'll try to pull your ass from you doing your own thing. They'll pull you. Instead of you create your own shit, being in your own culture, they'll be pulling your ass. They'll be pulling your ass. And I said, we got everything. Be okay with starting something off. But people don't. They want to engulf in something, and you be lowering your science. You got everything. So you have to lower yourself to be around people. But is you making money? But are you making money with that shit? Is your life changing? No. See, I'm done holding people's hand and acting like it ain't an issue. Your life depends on it. Just like if they say you need to get surgery right now, you're going to go get surgery. Your life depends on it. People be stuck with things. And I say, okay, what? Let's see how much you're making. Shit, if you got to work and your hustle is a hustle, which it is, then you can hustle everywhere. People don't understand that shit. I ain't from Arizona. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I ain't know nobody in Arizona but my wife and my cousin. Me and my cousin don't deal like that. All the connection I did was from me going to academia, from me going to meet people as who I am and not being afraid, going places, putting my suit on, going to the bookstores, going to all the little swap meets, meeting people who that's into what I am, building my own brand. And that's what Negroes don't do. You don't have your own brand if you can't go set up and be a boss somewhere, you know, like the Ringling Circus. You don't have to join nobody's shit. What? You go set up. They say, hey man, you a brand, I need you here. I don't gotta engulf in nobody's shit. I am the engulfment. What are we talking about? Hold on, y'all. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. I'm dead serious what I'm saying. Like, we so far behind. We so far behind. Because we still playing with pennies. And that's why I tell people, we don't even try to get our friends. I tell brothers, it ain't one person that you can get next to you with who you talking to. Person say, this is my friend. Clearly, that ain't your friend. Because if you my close friend, this is what I'm into. Or I deal with you when I want to. Just like all my so-called friends. I deal with them when I want to. Because this is my life. This is way more important than hanging, all that. Me studying, me working out every day, doing all this stuff, building myself up, dealing with my businesses, educating myself, helping my empress deal with her passions as we figure it out, as we working 9 to 5s and all that. Me traveling, going different places. And when I go to my alma mater, when I come back home, and when I lecture at the European churches, it just hurt my heart. When people, they be like, you from Flint? Oh, I know you go back home. And no, I don't. I go back to Howell, Michigan, or I go to my community college. Because bums like shit. Poor people like poor shit. These poor people still trying to figure out how to get Section 8 in warfare. Instead of building themselves up, using our dollars, brothers buying the community up under our religious organization, brothers that got skills, that know how to work with their hands as brick masons, we supposed to come together and be building these houses up, but it fall on deaf ears. That's why I said I'm almost done dealing with black folk. You might got an uncle or a cousin that's a contractor that can help us put our first piece of brick and mortar on our facility, and we don't. We'll be sitting talking right next to somebody that's multi-millions, and they won't even give donations. Our mothers and fathers won't even support our organizations, and they say they love it. But my mom and my dad is my biggest supporter. My mom and my dad is my biggest supporter. My mom and my dad support it. But if you was going to church and all that, you give your money. That's why I say, man, a lot of stuff, I don't have time to be trying to bring misnomer black people up or trying to teach no old dog no tricks. My dad's 78. My mom, I don't say the lady's age, but my mom and dad are elders and professionals, especially in this spirituality. And I'm their teacher. I'm their sheik. Come on, man. I'm not going to be listening to a whole bunch of old people and somebody else's parents that just talking shit because they don't understand. That's some sad shit. That's sad. That's sad. That's why we lost. Because a lot of the elders think they slaves or think they came from some butt-fuck Africa. Excuse my candor. Or they say we black. And then here it is, parents that know today. You got to teach your kids this stuff. You got to teach your kids this stuff. You got to have somebody like me to come in and teach. I keep telling people it's enough of us to where we can say, hey, you know what? We need this brother to come in. It's 30 of us. We all got $100. We need you to come in for a weekend and teach and show these kids something. And not only show these kids something, show us something. And it still fall on deaf ears with my brothers and sisters. I be telling my friend, my brothers, y'all, they be following so many different people on social media. How? Because they be hitting me up. They be like, She Goodman, babe, you know this person? Well, this person follow this goofy-ass Negro, this old fool. I hate to say his name. I'm going to be there, boy. You going to remember arguing. And I said, why do people follow stupid shit? And then somebody send me something else, and they say, yo, Mufti, follow these people. And I say, oh, I don't know why. They can follow whoever the fuck they want to. But people say, why follow stupid shit like that if you ain't trying to bring these people to class? Why even deal with that energy? Why even deal with energy and you got a map and a guide? Why even deal with the stupid energy and your sheik be talking about the dumb shit and we follow stupid motherfuckers? To do what? Why? We don't care what's going on with an idiot. It's like if you following the pedophile. Well, I just follow the pedophile. I follow them or the criminal just to see what they doing. Why the fuck is you following these fools? Why? So they can jump in your inbox and solicit you with the dumb shit? That's what I be telling people. I be like, man, I don't follow stupid shit. I know. I done told y'all, every person that y'all follow, I know they handle. I've been around a long time. I've been around, and you look at the goofy shit, they argue with other people. Talk about the grand governor, all this. They rapping, they argue with other people, and then the same breath, they grand sheiks. We talk about a whole bunch of old men that's mentally fucking crazy as hell. Sovereign citizens trying to overthrow the government. A whole bunch of bum shit. That's what that shit is all about. They arguing over, well, no withdrawal leave, Nathan, all this. You have no idea of nothing because you just a regular Negro with a fez on. So what if you a sheik? Just like if you say you a sensei. Okay, with levels of the shit. It's levels. It's levels of the shit. You might just know how to work with your hands. Boy, I know how to work with my hands, my feet, my mind. I'm physically strong and fit. I'm gonna whoop your ass before I even do physical contact with you. Why? Because I hope you bow out and want me to be your teacher. Why? Because you limited, and I see the way you standing. It's going to be too easy. You're going to embarrass yourself. And that's what a lot of Negroes do. Don't embarrass yourself. And that's what I be trying to tell a lot of brothers because they older. Man, don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass yourself because you watched a whole bunch of stupid ass videos or you read a book like you know some shit. And then the person say, well, what's your background? What's your expertise? Oh, man, I clean up shit off the street, but I know what Sheik Goodman Bey. No, the fuck you don't. How? This man don't shovel shit. This man is an intellectual in real life. This is what this man do in his profession. What are you talking about? And this man don't work regular jobs, probably way more than you. Shit, what are you talking about? And this man left his whole family and moved 3,000 miles away to Arizona. Why Negroes scared to leave the mama titty? What are we talking about, man? That's why I be telling people. A man that finds a wife find a good thing. Let me tell y'all this. The woman that you're dealing with got to already be a wife. You ain't just finna find no woman and make her wife material. A man that finds a wife find a good thing. I ain't say find a girl and try to make her a wife. I say a man that finds a wife find a good thing. The woman that you're dealing with got to already be exhuming white shit. Negroes be wasting their time dealing with bullshit. Don't get mad at me. We dealing with when we got to wait. But what a woman did with you in that situation, hell no. That's why I be telling men. I be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what? And then, this is my woman. I ain't never seen her. But if your ass was into something that she forcing you, she'd be right next to your fucking side. Everybody, oh, this is my lady. Oh, yeah, nah, and she's this and she's that. Where's she at? Or she just got out of this, she was been in this. You wasting your time with that shit? That's what I be telling men. Like, man, go on. That's a character flaw. That's our character. We settle too much. And I say, you want something that ain't even yours? You will wait for some shit like that? Man, you can be my friend. I don't need you. Motherfucking man is, and we can't talk about it. That's a form of mental health as well. I keep telling men, when you would deal with some shit that, and if you reverse it, would they deal with you like that? Hell fucking no. No, they wouldn't. A woman would not deal with your ass if you was in the same situation that they was in. But here we go. We so soft. Oh, well, you know, man, that's trash. And every woman would be like, that man right. Every woman would be like, that man is 100% right. I know I am. Especially if you spiritual. Especially if you got anything going on about yourself. That's why I be telling men, you will give away yourself to a woman that's already in another relationship. What if she's still messing around with her ex-boyfriend or ex-husband and coming to you? What? Are y'all having protected sex or whatever? I don't even like you like that. Why? Because you got something else going on. That's why. And if you ain't into what I'm into, I'm not into you. I'm sorry. Especially at this level, for any man that's 40. If any man, I'm talking to a man that's 40, in their 40s, you wasting your damn time and you playing. You talk about the science, but the science ain't teaching you enough in your real life. That's why I be telling more, well, the science. Okay, well, let me look at your life. Man, you too gung-ho on the science. Your regular life is in fucking shambles. Why? Because ain't no way I don't have everything I need and I'm a single fucking man with no kids or no responsibility and no mortgage. I'm I got a brand new whip. I got my own condo or my own studio apartment, and whatever brotherhood I'm in, and that's what the brotherhood consists of from the day one. This is what I'm rocking with, or I'm mismanaging my finances. Point blank. Point blank. Just point blank. And I be trying to show men to be bosses. Like, yeah, your job is one thing, but you a boss. People don't have what you have. You're supposed to be like the Ringley Circus. Anything that you go, what? I'm just setting up. I ain't part of y'all. You know, I'm setting up. I'm already part of something. Ain't nobody finna be pulling me a whole bunch of ways. And then after I'm being pulled, I say, well, how much money I made? None. I talked to some people. God damn it, you could talk to people on your own. How much money your ass made? Why? Because I got a product. How much money you made? None. You wasting your time. It's time to go to the next one. I'm not finna be at no place and bring my shit set up, and every time after it's over, all I done gave out samples, and the motherfucker ain't bought shit. I'm wasting my time. You ain't figured this shit out yet? That's what I be telling people. You got to get yourself out there. You got to get out there. You got to get out there. You got to be on your own shit. You got to be using that computer instead of promoting other motherfuckers. You got to use your own TikTok, all that. When every single day, you can't be promoting other people's shit, and at they parks and shit, they ain't promoting you. They ain't promoting you for nothing. Nothing. Are you getting paid promoting people's shit on your page? Absolutely not. And why the hell are you promoting other people's shit on your page for? That's dumb as hell. That's free advertisement. That's why I be telling brothers, we stupid. You use your own platform to promote your shit. If you got a product, man, God damn it, my whole page is my product, and my brotherhood. And that's it. I'm not promulgating nobody else. If I do massages, only motherfucker you gonna see doing massages is me. What are we talking about? I told y'all, man, it fall on deaf ears, and we go to work upset every day. Why? Because you think you can get more out of the job. No, you already agreed hours for dollars. So you ain't important at work. Your manager, your supervisor, important at work. Or if you're the supervisor, you go do your job, you take your ass home. You're supposed to be important in life. You're supposed to be important in life. What? Your divine spirit and your connection and your culture and the people that you deal with is more important than your job. Your job is exactly what it is. What? A job that do what? Your basic sustainability. That's all it is. And once you got your basic sustainability taken care of, you don't have to be jumping from fucking job to job chasing $3 or $2. What is wrong with people? You build your brand and you live under your means. You chasing job to job to job. How much more you making? None. Are you working with your degree? No. Well, then you jumping from job to job for some fucking pennies. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not. You wasting your time. And then I ask the person, what your brand look like? Are you investing everything in your brand? Are you promoting your product, your shirts? Are you figuring out how to do combo sales? Are you out all the time? Are you going to these places? Are you going to talk to all these other different places? No, because you can. I don't give a damn if 1,000 people tell me no. One person got to tell me yes. That's it. That's what I be telling people. Are you afraid of somebody telling your punk ass no? Then you ain't no businessman. I don't care if a million people tell me no, because I know everybody ain't gonna tell me no. Why? Because I know it's people that think like me, that's wired like me. I just have to find them. And those people might not be your family. It might not be nobody in your goddamn neighborhood. You gotta get your ass out and be international. And that's the problem with people. I mean, we got some good, man. And if the European and if the Albion say we have something good, then damn it, I know we got something good. I'm gonna keep talking like this. If the European, if the professors, the PhD, all these ones that y'all say heavy, the imams, the religious leaders, even politicians, they say, brother, you got something good, you know, just keep going. And don't let nobody give you nothing. Because ain't nobody gonna give you nothing for you to teach your people. Your people gotta understand the difference from tax exempt status and do what you're doing. And just keep going, sir. And I'm gonna keep going. But what I have, I know I have something that people need, and I can change the world. And maybe when I say the world, maybe my world, it's not with the people that look like me. Because I understand a prophet and an angel can go anywhere and be who he or she is. The people don't have to look like you. The people don't even have to look like you. But they understand who you are, and I understand that way more now. You know, as I'm dealing with people as who I am. When I always say, I don't get this stuff made up all the time, it comes to me like that. And a lot of my colleagues be saying, you don't have to earn money, sir. They say, you gotta be okay with money being given to you. And that's where I came up with the phrase, money is not earned, it's given. Because they say, well, you got your own businesses that earn money. Yep, you work a job, yep. Okay, well, you a God, man, yep. you have to be okay and get ready for getting paid a lot, because you was getting paid a little for a lot. So now you got to be okay with getting paid a lot for a little of the work you've been doing. And I understand that. And I've been doing that. But with misnumbered black people, they too cheap. You can't even get misnumbered black people to be consistent, giving $40 a month. And then they say, you can't get that? When I did my oral dissertation and I told them $40,000 a month from 10,000 people is $4.8 million. And my professor was laughing. He said, that's pennies, Sheik. And I said, I know. He was like, but do you see what you be showing your people, what y'all can do with small money? He's like, that ain't hurting nobody, is it? And I said, no. Everybody in the classroom was like, we'll give you that. They're like, we like what you're doing. And he said, you don't get that from your people, your ministers? And I told him when I created my school, I said, all I'm asking for is for $200 a month from all my brothers and sisters. It comes with all the study books. You get your feds and your regalia, and I ask for that for $200 a month. That ain't even 10% of people's income in churches. I don't be asking nobody to do nothing more, and I give taxes and receipts. So here it is, you got a person like me that's an educator, a businessman, that provide all our regalia, all our books and everything, and then you a member of my school and my temple, and I say, man, all I ask is for $200 a month consistently, and a lot of the stuff I give you. And when you start comparing and contrast, you'll be like, man, this man done gave us books for small donations for like $10 or $15. I do bundles with my muftis, and one of the books might be $300. One book. And then the books that I give them for the pennies, when I'm in the real world, I sell them for way more. And that's why I be telling my muftis what I have, this wisdom and this understanding, and the information I have is worth more than diamond, is worth more than gold. Why? Because you can make it, and you can continue to make it over and over and over. It ain't like I can sell a product and can't never reproduce it again, because everything that I have that's a hard copy, I have it an ebook. And this is what I'm telling people. I'm not going to die poor and broke. What I'm going to do is separate myself from people that have been seeing me doing this shit forever, that don't support it, that don't share it, but share everybody else shit. I'm just going to separate myself. That's all. Because everybody I'm not asking for nothing special. I know church folk, they go to church and they get 10% of their income. Ain't nobody giving me 10% of shit. I know that for a fact. No one give me 10% of nothing. I don't ask for 10%. I say, if you want to be a member of a brotherhood of this, all I'm asking for $200 a month. I know people make $100,000 and they be struggling trying to get $200 a month. I said, how the hell can you struggling giving $200 a month? Like, that's crazy. You can get $5 a day and get to $200 a month at the end of the month. God damn. But then you see these people smoking weed and doing all this extracurricular activity, going out to eat and all that, but you say this is more important. No, it ain't. Because I can eat the same thing every day, and I can spend quality time with my empress. It don't have to be quantity. I can spend quality time with my empress and do everything with my brotherhood and won't miss a beat. And won't miss a motherfucking beat. And my empress love it. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I say this shit is poor science. My mufti be inviting people, oh, I don't know how to do this. There's Negroes just be lying, been following me forever, and then say, well, I got a sheik, I got a sensei. Well, why are you on my page every day for Sunday school in a DAP class? If you got a sensei and a sheik, when he teaching you? Because you in my class every day and don't want to give a slug. And that's why I be telling my muftis, block these old fools, because most of them retarded. And I don't mean no disrespect to no one. A lot of these old men is retarded as hell. And they got a lot of mental problems. A lot of ex-prisoners or a lot of ex-militia military Negroes with mental problems that they haven't dealt with. Because they don't watch a whole bunch of videos of these charlatans talk about they can reverse this, or you don't got to have no license. And I got this USC, CC shit to show you how to reverse this and all this. And y'all watch these videos and y'all taste these and y'all take these Negro classes. I say that's crazy. And then now you looked at as a sovereign citizen in your local area. Now you're getting ready to be harassed every day until you lose everything. That shit's stupid. But that's what's popular. That's what these criminals like. And I'm okay with that. I'm separate. I'm going to be here forever. I got the new 2025 sovereign citizen list. I ain't sharing shit no more. I shared it with my mufti a couple years ago. I said, I get the list every year. It's free. How you get that list every year, Sheik? I told y'all I'm an official. I start breaking down names. All them niggas on it. All them fashion groups, that them Negroes on there. All of them. Every one. And they watching them. Everyday surveillance because they phones taps. Hell, my phone probably tapped. So what? But I ain't got nothing to worry about. Yo, shit. That's why I be telling people, I said, dude, I know what's going on. Come to me with that bullshit, and I'll start saying real names. And then you will see, be like, yep, that fool locked up. Then like, yep, he went to jail and ain't tell nobody. Yeah, so now he out here as an informant. He finna get all y'all caught up. He's still making videos, still telling y'all this dumb shit. That's called a federal informant. That's called a CI. But they call them sovereign citizen CIs now. They can't be out here as Europeans doing this, so they got to make pages. They got to use people that look like you to get your stupid ass. Don't you know this? I just told y'all, it's all Roger Elvig, sovereign citizen, militia bullshit, paradigm group. Research it. So anybody talking that stupid shit, you fall in that category. Who? All of you. I just told you. How hard is that? You don't see these people talking like C. Freeman L. or like Bobby Hemmett teaching history. I can show you a video of Bobby Hemmett laughing at these stupid ass Moors. I'm going to share it on my YouTube page. If I can, I think I got it, but I think I shared it with my muftis. And Bobby Hemmett laughing at all these Moors. He said these stupid ass Moors is going to already be look like terrorists, and they going to the FEMA camp, talking all that overthrowing the government shit. Bobby Hemmett said that back then. I'm telling you today, hell yeah, you new age Moors is some goddamn fools talking about overthrowing the government shit with some new constitution. Your ass going to jail. You a fucking criminal. You a domestic terrorist. I'm looking at you in your face telling you your punk ass that. That's why I talk the way I talk. You a fucking domestic terrorist. Bobby Hemmett told y'all ass that a long time ago. Every one of them Negroes went to jail. And they going to jail again today. Because that shit ain't more science. That's some criminal shit that them Negroes got from that Roger Elvig and that paradigm group. That's where them Negroes got that shit. And they done mixed it together and put it on the feds, and they can talk that retarded shit to y'all and say, this person is the people grand chic man, bullshit. These people was talking about the Zodiacus, then they figured out a way to make money off y'all, talk about they can nationalize you and denationalize you. What nigga you met on the internet can nationalize you? They ain't nationalize no Sudanese, they ain't nationalize no Chinese, they ain't nationalize no Vietnamese, but they can nationalize your stupid ass black ass, huh? With some shit that they can make a fake ass ID, and you believe all that stupid shit. And you say you done claim your nationality, or you got some travel ID from China, from some motherfuckers with Janet Jackson and Aaliyah and Michael Jordan them in there, and you think that shit means something, huh? You really do. All that cosmetics. And if you get out of the country with that shit, then that tell you it's really a game. Don't y'all understand this stupid shit, family? Stop the cap. We in the Constitution. You don't got to overthrow nothing. If you don't understand that, then whoever you listening to is a fool, and you a fool for listening to the fool. It's just flat out like that, and everybody don't want to say nothing. I said, you can't say nothing. You are coming with all that shit on. That's not true. I know a case. Give me the precedent of law case, and give me the doc number if anybody run one with that bullshit sovereign citizen stuff. And I know you a lie, because I got every precedent of law case, everything. I know you a lie. I'm going to tell you a lie from the jump. You come with that bullshit all you want to, it's going to be destroyed, because I'm going to give you them Negroes real names, and I'm going to show you what they locked up for. Traffic tickets, squatting in houses, bullshit, taking fake ass notes to the bank, acting like it's some goddamn trust bond. Retardo fucking fardos. Talk about something, I'm canceling corporate debt after you done agreed to something. Jail, fucking jail. Then you got these people showing you how to get these credits, showing you how to defraud the government, telling you to do this and do this, and then when you get the credit, you got to owe them something before you even get the credit. They ain't apply for the credit, you apply for the credit. So they take their percentage off, but you got to pay it all back. Ponzi scheme. You can't clean my credit up, then offer me credit. I know how to do this. That's why none of them criminals will come to me with that shit. They can't, because I sit them down on their hands and tell them to shut the fuck up. And I'm going to step on your fez and that turban. That shit don't mean nothing to me. It means poo diddly. I know a Negro from Detroit was calling himself the king of the Moors with all that retarded shit, making all these videos, all these dumbass raps, buying these damn gloves off Amazon, these Masonic gloves, like that shit means something. And then the Negroes in New York with the conscious community with a stack of stupid ass papers, like that means something. Coming from that Duncan's Masonic shit. I know where that dumb shit come from, and then they think that shit means something in a court of law. And you got these kids blind. They think your ass are fucking tired. And they say, get these babies away from this retarded Negro. I'm telling you, I know. Then Negroes be trying to write me, Sheik, do you know, can you help? No, I don't help criminals. I don't help no lying criminal. They act like they so special, like they got some secret stuff because they stand with their feet out and they walking around the city with a goddamn Moroccan flag tied around their neck in front of buildings, screaming, yelling, talking about this is the Moorish science, this, and this, and you stand with your hand out like this is gonna happen. Man, miss me with them retarded Negroes. I'm not around no retarded Negro with that stupid shit, and one, you ain't affiliated. This I know. This what I be saying, this shit be all stupid shit. Or you can go to court and do this. You ain't went to court to do shit, bum. And a person can be mad at all they want, but that's what these Negroes follow. Why? Because people be sending me this stuff. The only reason why I know is because people send it to me. I'm like, that's not more science, that's stupid stuff. I say, look how old this person is. I said, that tell you that they're retarded. And the women that's dealing with them is retarded. And the teachers think they're retarded. And then they send the social workers to their house, and then they see how they living. But no, we got our own school. No, you don't. You send your kids to public school. And the apartment or the house you live in is on Section 8, it's welfare. You done. And then you on the internet talk about how to overthrow the government and the chick that you stand with and where you living at on Section 8. Come on, man. I told y'all. But what I teach and where I'm at right now, I'm not even worried about nobody that look like me. I done came home, and it's almost like Cheers when you want to go where people know your name. Now, here it is. All my friends I grew up with, they all go to these different churches. They'll invite me to come lecture at their church. But the European churches, the alumni at Clear University I graduated from, I'm going all the way out to Howell, Michigan to lecture to Europeans, professors, me. It'd be over 100 people, and I lecture and I talk just like this. Wow. So I know I ain't crazy. Who crazy? My people. That's what I know. I know I ain't crazy. Who crazy? My people. If all these European groups come together and use this science that I talk about for power, and I introduce something to my muftis, the Quran, and I showed y'all I'm an official, 99 degrees. It's a certain thing that I know, it's a certain information that I can have. I just need the people. I just need the people so we can build our organization, so we can build our infrastructure. I need the people to understand about giving 10%. I need it. We have a brick and mortar. We need this. We don't got to take our kids from going to school. We need them to be dealing with the public school to know how to deal with different nationalities. They come to me for 7th hour. In the summertime, when the kids out of school, the parents still working, you bring them to me. You drop them off at 8 o'clock, pick them up at 5. We have programs. We don't have shit. I'm telling y'all, man, we don't have nothing because we ain't putting our money behind it. We steady want somebody to do something for us. And I keep telling y'all how much money you spend on weed, how much money you spend on stupid stuff. You telling us we don't got enough people and we don't have enough mission. We can't tell our mothers and our fathers to support what we doing because they getting taxes. They giving their money to Uncle Sam instead of filing exempt, supporting their religious and charitable contribution. And even with my own people, it's falling on deaf ears. Because right now, I think your taxes got to be in on the 15th. I ain't got with nobody. And if people ain't gave 10%, like, especially if you make $40,000, and say if you don't give 10% of the income to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice, you owe Uncle Sam. See, these is facts. And then if you make, say, I know brothers that deal with me make $100,000, and they might give $150 here and there, you about to write Uncle Sam a fat ass check. That's stupid as hell. You should have been supporting your religious and charitable contribution of your choice and doing in-kind service to where you get your tax exempt receipt and it's itemized with your in-kind service to offset your taxes. And that's how we do work. How? With the money that we get at Uncle Sam willingly, we decipher it to our religious and charitable contribution of our choice. But then brothers got to be honest with what they make. And that's another thing. Misnomer black men can never be honest over a goddamn thing. You know? Because your percentage is based off what you make. And if you make a certain amount of money, 10% is not enough. Sometimes it might be 13% to offset your taxes. Like in the state of Arizona, you make around 66 to 70, you got to give 13% of your income. So that's about like, say, 13,000, 14,000, 13,000 you'll have to give. But if you're part of your organization, you can give 10% and the rest can be draw up as in-kind service because you work with your temple, you work with your school. But see, this shit fall on deaf ears to a Negro that think they getting a tax return. And I've been teaching this shit for too long. And it's falling on deaf ears. All my muftis, I say y'all all ministers. No one taking advantage of it. Nothing I say. No one. I say, well, y'all all ministers. So that means you fall under a different tax bracket. That means a part of your house is your office. That means the clothes, the regalia that you're getting from me, you got to draw it up as what? Ministry. It's supposed to be a certain amount of stuff you buy each year. How? To offset your taxes. Retardo, fardo. It's supposed to be a certain amount of regalia you buy every year. You're supposed to buy some things every year. Why? It's a lot of stuff I don't even have to say on here. You should know. And that's what I tell people. I said, it's all in-house. Religious regalia, you're supposed to buy religious regalia every year. It's a part of your life. Just like the same way your ass smoking weed into your budget. So if you got a part of a brotherhood and you got religious regalia, it should be some things that you should be buying consistently. That's what I be telling people. How? To write off on your taxes. Smart guy, you need this shit every year because this is a part of your religious regalia. Retardo fardos. This shit be falling on deaf ears. That's why I tell people, you got to be honest in everything you're doing. and brothers not. And right now, brothers that don't donate to their organization like they should, right now they think they're getting ready to get a tax return, or you owe Uncle Sam. Because if you make at least $40,000 and you ain't giving at least 10% to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice each month, you owe Uncle Sam. And that's stupid as hell. Why the fuck would I want to owe Uncle Sam, excuse my candor, some money, and I'm part of something and I can support my brother? Why? And we can do business, and I know what we doing, and I know we can buy land. Like right now, I'm getting ready to buy a big modular home. And I want to get it for all of us. Just imagine if all our brothers were supporting right. I say, well, Nobles, we got this amount of money saved for this. This is what it costs. We could put a couple more dollars in this, and this can be our parsonage for when anybody come in town. See how easy that shit is? You see how easy, but I'm gonna end up buying it on my own, me and my family. I'm trying to buy it with my muftis. I'm giving brothers opportunity. What brother did you know that share everything with it? We got 10 acres right now in the middle of Mojave, Arizona. I sent in the text stream how I know a group of white people, when you go to Vegas, they have all their flyers up. They'll come pick you up in their 12-passenger van, bring you to the Mojave, and you can rent they four-wheelers, and they drive you around their land, fun as hell for $150 a pop. We got 10 acres. All you got to do is have your little modular home on there. Bam, bam, bam. We got about 15 ATVs. Bam. Now we got our land. We do our land right to where it's a nice big circle and they drive. Bam. That's business. Somebody can live on the land. We take bookings and shit. And this is what I tell people. It fall on deaf ears. I'm going to do a lot of this shit on my own and with other groups. Like I told my muftis, I don't sit on nothing. The next group coming with me that want to buy our land, I'm selling that shit. Why? Because ain't nobody doing nothing with it. I give everybody their money back, and I get with some other people that's ready to do some shit. I'll give everybody their percentage of what they put on the land, and I'll just get with some other people that's okay with, using their money. And doing something, they say, hey man, I ain't finna die and ain't tried to do nothing. And you already doing something, brother. And you already established. You got all these books. You got feds. You got a whole company with all the regalia, and people not supporting you. Your own muftis ain't sharing it. And everybody on Instagram, social media, all this shit, all these so-called Moors on y'all page, we ain't sharing our shit. That's crazy. What's the purpose? If we was a company ain't posting nothing but they shit. They ain't posting nothing about nobody else. They don't give a damn about nobody else. They posting they shit. But like I say, until we build our confidence in who we are and love ourselves so much and don't be thinking somebody else got something better than you, it'll never happen. Until we respect our brother that's bringing us something right, instead of trying to be in competition and respect who that man is, we ain't gonna never be right. And if I can go to other areas and deal with people that don't look like me and get all the support, you gotta tell me why I don't get support from my people. If you say something stupid, you harsh all that, man, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. When your kid go to prison, we gonna see how harsh it is. When you need to be a part of the community, you're gonna see how harsh it is. You're gonna see how everybody be like, this is the person that you need because he's real. He don't sugarcoat nothing. Why you don't want this man? What you talking about? Oh, when your ass go to prison, you okay with that. And that's the only time you want to be right, huh? You don't want discipline out in the world from a man that's experienced, that's educated, that love you, that's anointed. We don't want that. I told y'all this shit be falling on deaf ears. And like I said, all this Gnostic wisdom that was given to me, now, I bought all the books that I just told y'all. I got to try to get them shit back to my house. Because I went to the one of the oldest Gnostic bookstores in Detroit. It's owned by a European. I shared it with my muftis. Every time I come in town, like, are you coming? I got something for you. And so when I'm there, all the books that I get, I do my research. I was there for about 4 hours. I had to find all the books, ebooks, and I found them all. But I bought all the books. And the books that cost way more. Shit, most of the books, one of the books was $215. My total bill of the books that I paid for, that I just named off, cost me $813.72. I bought them, every one. That's what I spent my money on. And then I converted, then I found them all to ebooks. If I wouldn't have found them, I would have just had them scanned. And I would have converted them to ebooks. Because now I know all the students that at GCU that work with me, I don't have to be waiting. I don't have to wait the whole time. I don't have to be like, oh, well, damn, somebody forgot. Now I got different connections. I got a connection where a person say, hey, man, the books I print for free, would you just hook me up? Yep, I get shit done right then. Because they see what I'm doing. And I know this shit finna happen. What? Floodgates. It's only gonna take a couple people that buy all the books, that buy some things, $1 million right then. That's what the affirmations be over me every day. when I let people pray over my life. And when I show them a lot of the platforms they have, they be like, well, who's supporting you? And I say, my family. They say, so you got to pay for all this to keep these websites and all this stuff going. They're like, when people order stuff, you got to ship that shit out. You doing that on your own? They're like, yeah. They're like, that's impressive. People ain't telling you all that shit impressive. That's all you? Yes. Your website, yes. You got to pay for all that. That's impressive. That's what I get every day when I go places. When they be looking me up, they're like, oh, you graduated from not only Cleary and Grand Canyon, you got a dual master's degree and blah, blah, blah. You written all these books. You written 20 books? Like, huh? Yeah, 20. All Europeans got them. This shit be falling to deaf ears on my people. And then when a map and a guide go and get something and say and offer it to his brothers, his Jacobites, and they don't get it, and Europeans get it, that shit hurt his heart. Because I be offering stuff to my people first. And then once they don't get it, I'm done. I'm like, well, it ain't no value. And then me, I have feelings too. I shut the fuck down. And I won't say nothing else about it again. And I'm real. I could talk about my life. I'm not talking about nobody else's life. I talk about my life. And if a person don't like my life, they don't have to hear me. They don't even have to log on here. But I see the difference of European students and melanated students. And then those that's connected to me. I see the difference. And I see how people be trying to latch on to me. One of the European students said, I just want to touch the garment. And I was like, wow, that's biblical. And he was like, man, just let me hang on the garment. He's like, let me just be a fly on the wall, and I'm okay. And people got me consistently every day, and I share shit in the text stream. They like, let me be in the text stream. They're like, let me and our group be in the text stream, and you will see the difference of how your life will change. Sheik Goodman Bay. And I know you ain't operating just on dollars, but money is a mission. Money is the option. If you live on the earth plane, why? Because I get that shit back. That's the only way I can do ministry. And it falls on deaf ears to melanated people. And I'm going to continue to give honor to all my European brothers and sisters, Trinidad, Albion, whatever you call it. I'm going to give credit to all my college alumni that deal with me, that get all the books from me. Before they purchase anything on Amazon, they gift with me. I want to give credit to all my European Jews that get their yarmulkes from me, that get all their Jewish study books from me, their encyclopedias, their sephirats. I want to give credit to all my Scottish Rite European Masons that get all their fezzes from me. I want to give y'all honor, because no brothers that look like me get nothing from me. So I want to give them brothers and sisters honor, because the people that y'all think is heavy, I'm their fucking teacher. That's what I'm telling y'all. I'm their teacher. Anybody that you think is a Mason at 32 degrees, that ain't nothing. That's snowman wisdom. I'm 99 degrees. Ancient rite of Memphis and Mizraim. If your daddy a Mason, I bet you he'll be quiet around me. I bet you $1,000 right now. If your daddy is a Prince Hall Mason, because that's all black people is Prince Hall Mason, or unless they really go to something else and be Scottish Rite. But most people ain't Scottish Rite, especially if they're not educated. I bet you that your dad or your uncle or your whoever that's a Mason, I bet you they don't know shit. I bet you they don't know a goddamn thing. And it ain't no disrespect. And I could put them around my European scholars. They'll be like, you know that they don't know nothing. I know. You know they only operate on the 32 degrees. I know. You know they call themselves some widow son. That's stupid as hell. And all of my European Masons know that they sons of Muslims, but a stupid ass black Mason to tell your ass that he's some widow son. How the hell is he a widow son? So that's the first tell you that misnomer black people is lost due to a lack of knowledge, because most black men will call themselves a stupid ass widow son. Most black Masons, you will never see them with their fez on. I told y'all, this is facts. But who am I? This shit fall on deaf ears. And everything that I'm talking about, from all these names, remember I told y'all, abracadabra. Remember, I told y'all abracadabra. Remember I talked about the abraxas. Those are stones and those are amulets, but those are the gods higher than the Christian God and the devil, because the Baphomet, the higher and lower, male and woman coming together. You know, you think it's evil, but you missing what I'm saying. The SO and the XO, the Gnostic, that combine all opposites into one. You got to have this, for you won't be afraid of nothing. And if you don't have that, a religious charlatan can come with that stupid shit, but a God man can come and say, listen, let me tell you something. All word is for edification. How are you going to say you know a story or history and it's missing, the puzzle missing? And here there's somebody that got all the pieces to the puzzle and the language that can come clear this shit up, and y'all still ain't coming to it? This more science, poor science shit could have been cleared up a long time. I done cleared it up already. But it still fall on deaf ears with bums. And I love y'all. And once again, I want to thank everybody that got those ancient Gnostic texts from me, the Basilidians, the Holy Book, of the great invisible spirit, the Greek magical papyri, the 7 sermons to the dead by Carl Jung, you know, the history of Gnosticism, the proto-Gnostics, the Gnostic texts, the Basileis, the Valentinus, the Serentinus, the Simon Magnus, the Philo, the Syrian, Egyptic Gnostics, the Codex Ticoius, and the Nag Hammadiya, and the Gnostic Gospels. Those that got those documents for me, I'm gonna go over. I might go over some Saturday if I be back in time, and I'm gonna break the language down, and I'm gonna show you abracadabra. I'm gonna show you the abraxas, where a lot of people be saying this and that, but yeah, a person gonna always say something when they don't want you to have all the power, when they want to have some power over you. But see, we have all the power, and I come to remove the veil on all secret societies. That's who I am. I come to remove the veil on all secret societies and show you what it is. Why don't you want that? But once again, oh, damn, it's time for me to go. I gotta go get my shower and get out of here. So I love y'all, man. Okay, I'm about to go now. I love y'all, man. Everybody that all my Muftis that didn't get this list, what I talked about, I hope y'all get it. Because I'm gonna be breaking it down. And when I break it down, a lot of y'all gonna be like, what is he talking about? Because you didn't get the information. Because you didn't get the information. Peace.